Hello everyone, welcome to BrainTech Analytics. In this tutorial, we are going to solve an SQL problem which is asked in the interview of Google for the position of data analyst. So without doing any delay, let's understand the question first. I have an input table and the table name is BrainTech SQL. This table contains two columns, one is file name and one is content. So I have the total three number of data in this table, and in the content table I have some sentence as you can see, and this is the assigning to the each ID for the ID1, ID2, ID3 respectively, like SQL Bootcamp 1, SQL Bootcamp 2 and SQL Bootcamp 3. This one is the bootcamp data, okay, for the .txt format in the file name, and in the content I have the comment for this particular ID or particular row, okay, for the particular file name. As you can see for the SQL Bootcamp 1, it is the content is SQL for Data Analytics 0 to Hero Bootcamp starting on January 9th. So now understand the question over here. Find the word which are repeating more than once considering all the rows of content column. So from this content column, now understand the question from the table. From the content column, we need to find out the words, okay, which is repeating more than one times or which is repeating more than one time. So we need to consider that words and get into our output which is present in the content column on the basis of the content column. So I am highlighting this one for the content table so that you can easily get. For example, you can see in the content table for the ID1, you can see I have some words like SQL for data analytics 0 to hero boot camp starting on January 19. This sentence is consisting of some data, which is one is SQL, then for, then data, like that. Similarly, each for 2 and 3 we have some words. So we have to find out the word which is repeating in the another two. So you can see SQL is present in the 1, then not present in the 2, but again present in the 3. As you can see here, you can see BrainTech SQL. So SQL is repeating. So we need to output in the SQL. Okay, that because SQL is repeating two times. Okay, so I hope you understand the question. So what the output we actually require. So now starting the solution so that by writing the SQL code we can get our output. Here you can see I have already created the table and inserting the data, and this one is my input table which is present, which is you showing in which is you see in the Excel sheet. Now start with the SQL code. So I am writing the first select statement, start with select statement, start from. I am applying a string split over here so that it will help me to get the output for a each each row into the each word will be assigning into a separate or individual row. For an example, I am showing over here so that you can easily get. So here I am writing string split, and that string split I am applying over this one. So I am just copying and paste over here, and based on what I want to split based on the space. Okay, I'm taking this one as an example so that you can get the concept of string split over here. So once I am executing this one, you can see what is the output you get. Execute both at the same time so that it will help you to understand in a better way. You can see in the content column, I have the data I'm taking for your understand. I'm taking this one as an example. So in the content, it will show, you can see SQL for data analytics 0 to hero bootcamp starting on January 9th. Okay. So by applying string split, what it will be help or what's the output we'll get. You can see in the value, it is showing me as a SQL. Then in next row, it will like for, then next row it's showing data. So what actually it did, by applying string split, it it splits the data which is present in this particular row into a individual row. Okay, for each word it will create in a individual row and assigning in the output. So you can see for this sentence it assigning h in the output like SQL for data analytics 02 hero bootcamp starting on January 9th. So it helps me to splitting the data which is present in the sentence into a single row. Okay, now applying the same concept in our SQL code in our final solution so that we can get the output. So first what we do, select star from, the table name is BrainTech SQL, so I am taking BrainTech SQL, and after that I apply the cross apply. I'm cross applying, and it helps me to cross the data, and now I am putting the string split and string split on which column? Column name is content, so I am writing the content. And after that, based on what I need to split based on this page, I need to separate the data after each and every space between the two words. Okay, so that based on this space, it helps to separate the words into a particular or into a individual row. So I am putting over here space. Now close the bracket. Now do it execute so that what the output you will get, you can see. Here I get the file name, then content and values. So values, what its output is, we get total 45 number of rows, and for the SQL you can see for from 1 to from 12. Okay, so this sentences consist of 12 number of words, and it will help in the value section. It splits the each words present in the sentence into a individual rows. You can SQL for data analytics 02 hero bootcamp starting on January 9th classes. Okay, okay, January 9th for this month. Okay, then it comes to the next row, which is classes will be held on weekends from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. for 3 to 4 weeks. So again it will what it did, it will assigning the same or splitting the same into a individual role. Like that you can see classes will be held on weekends from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. for 3 to 4 weeks. Then again it will be applying over the third number of row. Like that we can get the output by applying the string split over here. So what we do again we go for here I am removing the star, and what into output I want is only value. So I am applying the value, and after that I need to count. Okay, that's which help me how many times that particular word is repeating. On suppose a word is repeating for 2 times, so in the count, by applying count I can get in the value like this particular word is repeating for 2 times, so in the output I get 2. So for that I am applying count, and between that I am applying star. Okay, from BrainTech SQL cross apply string split, and based on content. Okay, on the content column based on the space we need to separate the sentence. Now I am applying group by on based on what I am applying group by value column. Based on the value it will be groupism, it will apply the group, and I have a condition that having count more than 1. So here I need to assign that particular count is greater than 1, so that it will be help me the output that the values which is repeating more than 1 will be highlighted or get into the output. Now again execute, let's see what the output will get. See, these are the words which is repeating more than 1. So this is the value column, and net now make it as a rename h count h var. Okay. I'm applying an alias over this particular column so that it will showing over here count h var. Now again execute. See. So these are the words which is actually repeating for the more than one. So again what we do, go for the order by concept. So it will be assigning in the descending way. So order by based on what? Based on the count h var. Based on this particular column, I am applying descending so that it will help me in a proper way. The output whatever we will get in a sequence value in a proper descending format. So you can see 2 is repeated for the 3 times, 4 is repeated for 2 times, similarly 4 on sequel. These words are present in the content column more than 1 times, which is like sequel is present in 2 times, 2 is present 3 times. Okay. So these are the based on our question. I hope we get our output. As in the question it's asked find the words which are repeating more than once considering all the rows of content column. So we are considering the content column, and here we find out the words which is present more than one. Okay, which is not repeating or which is repeating like that. Okay, so I hope we get the output. So by writing this type of SQL code, you can get the output, and the SQL script is already present in the description link. You can do practice so that you can get the output in and your concept will be clear. So I hope you understand the video and understand the concept of this tutorial. See you in the next tutorial.